Hello, you absolute legends. How are you? Welcome back to the channel. It's John here on... it's a freezing cold day here in Lincolnshire. And I'm on the way to my MOT test in my Doblo van. Here it is. You're inside it right now. Oh, it's freezing. It's my 2009 Fiat Doblo Cargo. I've had it a few years now. It's affectionately known and branded as the Royal Snail. If you haven't seen it on the channel, then I suggest you check it out. But today we are heading for an MOT test. I'm going to take you along with me for the ride, and we'll hopefully have some good news from the MOT test centre. I'm going to my usual. I'm going to see my good friends at Kings of Stickney here in Lincolnshire. I'm trying to get the van all warmed up. It's a 1.3 multi-jet this, and it has been a freezing cold night. It's been sort of -3 in some places. We're about 20 minutes away from the MOT test centre, and I'm going to take my time getting there because of the current weather conditions. I'm going to back out of the driveway. There's also some ongoing road works happening at the end of the drive, so I don't want to get anywhere near those today. There is a video on the channel, if you haven't seen it already, of me and Dad getting the van ready for MOT. There's nothing major that we need to worry about there. So fingers crossed, it's a clean sweep and all is good. I'll show you the MOT test procedure, and I will show you underneath the van as well, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. So as you can see, I'm on the way. I am on Lincolnshire's back roads, going past a few of the farms locally. So I'm just approaching the MOT test centre now. I'm in the 30-mile-an-hour zone. I'm going to wheel the van straight into the MOT testing bay. I'm hoping it's a little bit warmer in there than it is outside today, because it's been a bit of a cold one. And we shall see what Neil has to say. Right, here we are then. Let's pull in, make sure that I can get on the ramp, swinging out a little bit. Might have to, I'm going to have to reverse up. I didn't do it well enough. I'm having to reverse up a bit and straight on. Here we are, onto the MOT testing ramp. How do?
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right, mate.
So as you can see, I've said hello to Neil, hello to him. He's taken the mileage, and what he's doing now is just putting a probe in the exhaust pipe, because the first part of the MOT test is to test the van's emissions. There he is, looking happy. I forgot what this is called. It will tell me in a minute. It's the diesel smoke emissions test or something like that. And it makes sure that the catalytic converter is doing its job. There we go, the diesel smoke analysis. And what he does is depresses the accelerator, keeps the engine nice and warm, and that gives a readout, which we will see in a minute. And that readout will either then be a pass or a fail. Hopefully it's not a fail at this point, because that is the end of the test then. The paintwork there looks a little bit different on the front wing. Not sure what's going on there. Of course, Neil lets me have a wander around whilst he's doing the MOT examination. But there is an observation area at his garage as well, which you can stand back and watch and see what's going on. Neil will do lots of things at this point. Check the lights, check the seat belts, check the horn, check the window wipers. I don't film all that process because, well, to be honest with you, it's quite boring for you. There it is, diesel smoke analysis test. It's a pass. That's good. Passed first time, which is always good. So he's done all the basic tests, the visual tests, and now it's time to send the van up on the ramp. And he's going to look at the suspension, he's going to look at the wheels, the brakes, and that gives me a perfect opportunity to check out the sills and underneath the van. Starting with the near side sill, then you can see it's absolutely filthy from being on Lincolnshire's back roads, but no rust, no rust, no damage there on that sill. And I head on underneath to check out the axles and the chassis, and underneath here you can see that it's looking quite good. No holes, no issues. There is the rear axle and the bump stop, and you can just see the suspension there as well. Fuel tank and the exhaust. It's not the original exhaust, it is sort of a replacement aftermarket exhaust, but at the moment the exhaust is still going strong. But I suspect in a couple of years' time I'm going to have to pop a new exhaust on there, which is what, 150 to 200 quid. And it's not a major issue for Dad because he can get it jacked up and under there. But having a look underneath the van doesn't look too bad considering its age. There is the leaf springs and the suspension springs that go onto that rear axle. And there is a good weight load on here, but no major issues, no rust or rot or damage. Now let's look at the offside. So there it is. There's the sill, looking good. And you can see the van has got a few battle scars, bless it, but not looking too bad. Coming down then, that's the suspension coming down. He takes the weight off the suspension, pop the thing at the back. He's going to check the back now, check the rear, make sure that the rear wheels, the rear axle and suspension is all okay. And again, I'm looking at this sill, just giving you a little bit more of an insight into how it's looking. Not bad at all. I'm not sure how that flickering's got on the video. I think it's something to do with the camera settings. So apologies for the flickering there. Now I'm going to take a look around the back of the van whilst Neil does some work around the front. And there it is. She looks quite good, doesn't she, in the sunshine, considering it's a 59 plate Fiat Doblo van, not suffering really with the paint fade, but I'll tell you what, it is suffering with lacquer peel, and you saw that earlier on in the video. Also, many people ask me about the panda on the back. Postman Pat had a black and white cat. We've got a black and white panda. Oh, I'm having a look inside there. You get a little look inside the Doblo van and inside the load space because you've got some food for the inspector there and some cat litter for the fluffy little gremlins. All them cats, they drive me absolutely up the wall. Next part is to get it on the rolling road. Neil's going to check the brakes out. This is the rolling road system, and he does that with a remote control, and I'll film that process in just a second so you can see what actually happens. Neil's in the van then, and he's reversing it out, and he's going to put it into that rolling road system. It is quite a small workshop, but it is perfect for this MOT test procedure. The van doesn't need to be on the ramp anymore. There will be a testing of the headlights in just a moment. That's what that machine on the right-hand side is for. And Neil's going to do the rear first. So he's testing the lights, as you can see. The main lights are on, the hazards are on. And that is testing the braking now on the back there. You can see that rolling road tests the brake percentage and resistance. I don't understand it, to be honest with you. All I know is that if it passes, it passes. If it fails, it fails. It's going to reverse up and test the handbrake. There's the handbrake being tested, you can see, and he's coming up now. And now we get to look at the front. You can see the machine that is being used in the top left there, that yellow machine with the screen. And it automatically moves these rolling roads. And he depresses the brake and it gives him a braking resistance figure. Safe to say, everything's good on the brakes. Well, that's quite trippy, isn't it? Watching watching that back with them hubcaps. Looking good, though. I love my little Snail van. I really do. I'm a big fan of it. That's the end of the test procedure. Ta-da! Yes, it was a pass. A pass with flying colours. No advisories for the little Royal Snail van. Hooray! We are back on the road and we are motoring for another year. I didn't expect there to be any major issues, but you never know, do you? I'm not an MOT tester. I wasn't the one looking at it. As you can see in the video, I got to have a good look at the procedure. I got to have a good look underneath the van. No rot, no rust. It's just a bit dirty, which is fine because I'm driving on Lincolnshire's back roads today and it's been a bit of a muddy, salty, wet one. So that's it then, another year for the Royal Snail van. Hooray! What are we going to do now? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I've got some parcels I need to post. People have been buying Proton hats and Proton merchandise galore from my eBay. Yeah, no issues, happy days. All good. Another year's worth of motoring in the Royal Snail. Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. done so, that would really help what we're doing on the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And if you do like what you see, drop me a comment, say hello. I will always reply to comments. I will reply to every single comment that I can. Have a great day, take care, thanks for watching, goodbye.